Oh, Voice of Reason's here. All right, guys.
So
Alex,
are you gonna apologize to him for what you said about?
No. We'll get into this. Alex.
Uh-oh. What, did somebody say something about me, or?
Alex.
Yeah. I mean, I like jokes. I make jokes all the time, but I mean, jokes are one thing, but I mean, if you're talking crap, then I don't know.
So here's the thing. I might owe you an apology. Like,
Okay.
So you went on with George Jenko recently, and
yeah, it's my boy.
Yeah, I came down pretty hard. Like you did that episode, and I came out pretty hard. I was like, because I don't understand why you seem to like the Protestants better than some Catholics, and I don't get it. What's going on with that?
Well, I mean, it's not that I like them better, but I mean, until Catholics start having bigger platforms that I could, go on the podcast. I mean, right now, Georgienko, I mean, not for nothing, but Georgienko, he's really killing it in the views. And, you can't hear the voice if you don't have the views. So
At least he's not a schismatic heretic like the SSPX, right?
That's right. No, absolutely. Because the SSPX, they're schismatic heretics, and because they are, then that means that that's what they are.
So I do have a question, Alex. Who is your favorite non-Catholic supposed saint? Is it Photius or is it Palamas?
Well, Photius did a lot of good things. I'm sorry, Blessed Photius did a lot of great things. And but I mean, if they were here today and either one of them had a big, like a big podcast, I'd probably have to really look at the analytics. But hey, I noticed you called me Voice of Reason. Listen, you're my boy, both of you guys my boys. You could just call me Voice. We're on a first name basis, so you could even call me V.
V.
The thing is, honestly, now that you and I have mended our divide, because it was really upsetting to me because I was pretty harsh on you in that video, and that it wasn't right. So I do owe you an apology, and I'm sorry that I came down, and I had Ruslan in that chat, and he gave me a fraternal correction, and I right away I felt bad. So
absolutely, Ruslan's my boy. Shout out to Ruslan.
Yes, and
he has a huge channel, dude. I don't even know what I'm doing on here. I mean, your views are pretty good, but I gotta say, it's not like I have a podcast next week. I'm doing Sam Harris's podcast, and then who's that other atheist guy? And they're my boys.
So here's what I'm getting at, because you got your beginnings with Michael Lofton. You guys did a lot of rap videos together. Like, you guys are from the hood. Like, do you think you could mend the fence between Michael and I? Because I think it's time like that we bury the hatchet and maybe move on from this whole drama, because me and Michael, we have a lot of tension between us, but you seem to be in tight with him. You think maybe you could mend the fence between me and Michael?
Well, I don't want to make promises, but I will say, the spirit of forgiveness is something that we all, as Christians, especially non-denominational, those are my boys, that, and, and the song is really good. And, I like songs, and if songs are good, it makes me want to put both of my hands up and sway. And, but that's besides the point. Like, we're about forgiveness. And so I really think that the path to forgiveness, because you're both Christian, is probably very likely. But that being said, because it's you, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think Michael will ever forgive me. All right. So before we head over to locals, does anybody in the chat have any questions for Alex?
We have a couple things here. So first off, one of your Orthodox co-religionists, Voice of Reason, says here that Michael Lofton is his favorite rapper. Do you prefer Michael Lofton or Father David Michael Moses?
You know what? I got to say, Christian Mario, I know he was just messing around and doing a parody, but I think Christian Mario did Lofton better than Lofton. And the fact that he's not Catholic actually makes me like him a lot better. Speaking of not Catholic and speaking of Orthodox, my Orthodox brothers, shout out. I saw a comment here about the Ubi Petrus debate, and because I saw a comment about the Ubi Petrus debate, then I want to say something about it. And because I want to say something about it, the thing I'm going to say is that technically, I mean, a lot of people say it's subjective, like whether you move the audience to your position or not. And the goal really isn't to move the other person, and I understand that. But because I understand that, I would say that he drank more sips of water than I did. And when he did his rebuttal, his mouth was dry and made that clicky sound about 7 times. And so mine made it probably 2 to be conservative. And so I think that's a clear win. It's a clear W. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah, I actually I thought the I'll tell you this. Okay, so you I think when you debated James White, that was my favorite debate you ever did.
Shout out
You
to James
actually,
White.
yeah, James, me too. I'm going to shout out James White. James White put us on the map. He did an entire sermon on one of my tweets one time. So, but you did a debate with him that was actually really good, and it taught me some ways to discuss purgatory that I had never thought of. So I was very grateful for that. But I think you bombed in the Ubi Petrus debate. I got to be honest.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. But yet again, if you look at the amount of water bottles that Ubi crushed, uh, I mean that's a W right there. That means you're nervous. That means you're sweating. That means you're losing, and that means I won.
But
I think you're right.
he ended more hydrated. Isn't that a win?
No, I think Alex is right. If you drank more water, you were more nervous, and Alex is right.
He delayed the meet and greet afterwards because he had to go to the bathroom. So
Okay, but would you have drank more requisite wine than he would have?
Requisite White, if they had a good promo code, then yeah, I would.
like based, for instance.
Yeah, if it was promo code based for, I don't know, what would that give me?
10% off.
10% off.
Oh yeah, then I would buy it. I would just want to pronounce a little differly.
Such as
Recusant.
All right, the big question everybody wants to know: war on beauty or religious hippie?
Oh, that's tough. And because that's tough, then I'm thinking. And because I'm thinking, that means what that means is I forgot both names that you gave me the option for. So the one with the beauty is the one I remember the most.
All right.
So I would say beauty.
Yeah, war on beauty. We're all team war on beauty over here. So, all right, listen, guys.
We got one more. Someone paid
$10.
$10.
If you guys don't put a super chat in, we're ending this. So if you want to get a question in, it's got to be a super chat. Do you think we are heading into World War III?
Well, because it's possibly a war, and because it's a war, and the 3, that's a number, right? And so
it's in the world.
And it is of the world. And because of it's of this world, that it's essentially a secular issue. It's a temporal issue. And because it's a temporal issue, then just like my debate with Uwe Petrus, you could base it on temporal things like drinking water versus the spiritual nature of who won and information. So because of that, I would say, it is. And also, I saw another comment here about Catholic Palooza. And
that's right. Okay. So, all right. So I have
before we go to locals, because I want the biggest platform possible.
Yes, absolutely. So, last year I had this opportunity to go to this festival in New Jersey, Catholic Palooza. I was fortunate enough. I had Enoch stay at my house, and he came. And him and I both drove to New Jersey, and we got to go. It was an amazing festival. Enoch performed. I think he's performing again this year. There's a great band playing there. What's the name of that band, Alex?
I think the band that you mentioned that will be at Catholic Palooza that is going to play music, I think they will be called Hallowed, Hallowed. And because it's Hollowed, that means that's a word, right? And so we can Google that word, and you can go to hallowedbeats.com or hallowedmusic.com. They just came out with a new album, man. Shout out to Hallowed. Um, and they also are putting together and are going to be performing, and I think Enoch is too, and his boy, uh, the music.
So let me ask you something. Do you have any beef with the guy Alex from Hallowed because he stole your band name for his app?
Oh, no, there's no beef there. I mean, does he go to Novus Ordo or does he
Yeah,
do some is he a schismatic that goes to a TLM?
I think he goes to the. I think he goes to the TL. He might be a schismatic. I think you're right.
Man, that's crazy. He should do a very, like a normal, regular rite, like Jimmy Aiken with I think he has a Star Trekian rite of Catholicism where you could believe in aliens. It's
All right. So
pretty awesome.
when is Catholic Palooza?
Oh man, when isn't it? I think it's August.
He
Let me
thinks
check.
this is called unprepared to plug your gig.
Oh no,
Coming from you, really, Anthony?
well, I gotta say, I mean, listen, you're my Catholic brothers, but I will say that Georgienko and Ruslan, they would not have this problem because their producers reach out to you. And when they reach out to you, they ask you for information. And information like Catholic Palooza is going to be in Rutherford, New Jersey. I forgot to be clicking my mouth as much, but I'm going to start doing it. So it's August 16th. And it's hallowedmusic.com. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be real cool. There's going to be a lot of
Wait a minute.
Catholic
Did you
people.
take a shot at me there?
Yes, because the producer didn't call him and get the information to plug it beforehand. So, all right. So, Catholic Palooza is August 16th in Rutherford, New Jersey. If anybody's in the area, I went last year. I had a really good time. It's going to be a lot of Catholic content creators there, a lot of Catholic music creators there. Last year I went. I got to meet Ryan Katsu Rivera. He used to be Gavin McInnes's producer, and now he works for Sam Hyde.
Yeah,
so that was a really fun
come on
time.
our show too.
Yeah, he used to be cool. He used to come on our show.
Now we get Alex, voice of reason.
Now, yeah. So, if you guys
V,
are,
you can call me voice. You can call me voice.
V,
yeah,
sorry.
I heard Voice of Reason might make an appearance there. So if you guys want to meet Alex from Alex, Voice of Reason, he might be performing a rap song while he's there.
Yeah.
Wait. Says the guy who forgets to do his only sponsors and read. So Rutherford, New Jersey, August 16th. If Hope doesn't have the baby on her due date, there's a possibility I might go as well. It is a fun time. It's like there's like 4 different stages. There's always a music act going on, and then the rest of the time everybody's just kind of hanging out. You get to meet other Catholics and stuff. So if you guys are in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, it's a quick ride out of New York City. If you guys can grab tickets, August 16th. We are going to head over to Locals, and we will help you. We will help promote that as the weeks go on. Alex, thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it. CatholicPalooza.com, by the way. What's up? Oh yeah, you could bring your kids too. It's very kid friendly. There's there's different rooms for different performances. There's
unlike the
stuff.
Latin Mass, kids are welcome.
Yeah, kids are. I mean, you do have to keep them quiet though. I mean, that is true.
The last time,
there's a cry room.
Yeah, the last time we went, I met Ryan Katsu Rivera's wife and well, I met them before that, but I hung out with Ryan's daughter, and I gave her like a little thing while I was there. And then when I saw her at Mass the next time, she was still carrying that little thing. And
bracelet. It was cool.
Yeah, I gave her a little bracelet, and I miss his kids. So we'll have to talk on we'll talk on Locals, Alex. Alex, thank you so much for coming on here, man. I'm glad you and I were able to mend our beef. This is always good to have Catholics.
There definitely will not be more beef after this. That's for
no,
sure.
Definitely not. I bet Alex and I are going to be A-okay after this one.
100% cool and super duper better than before.
Super duper
way
better.
better.
Love
All
it.
right,
yeah.
guys, we're gonna go over to Logos. If you want to hear the rest of the Voice of Reason interview, we're gonna do it over on the other side. So, Rob, take us out.